Hi everyone and welcome back to the September WARNO tournament from SD League. We're in round 4 now, and today we have the first of 2 games with Lathans and Meddi, 2 very good players who always produce some really good games. This week will be a fun week on the channel. I will be trying to put up some videos of me playing some of the Steam Next Fest demos, possibly streaming a few if I have the time. We'll see how it pans out, but that starts today, so make sure you do check out Steam, as there will be plenty of demos and things, including one for Manor Lords, which is something I'm really looking forward to. But back to the game. So today we have Meddi on the right in blue as the 5th Panzer Division, and Lathans on the left in red, playing as the 3rd Armoured from the US. Straight away I can see a Phantom 2 HE bomber coming in there. I wonder if that's more aiming to come in to be anti-chopper than it is to be anti-vehicle or infantry. It is going for that Alouette there. Oh no, it's veered off. I thought it was going for an attack on that. Maybe it just missed it. A good spread of units across the entire map for both players. I think Lathans sending slightly more to the centre. Oh, that said, I think Meddi sending plenty of infantry, though they're not in anything special. They're just in trucks, whereas at this side, obviously, we can see that they're coming in Bradleys for Lathans. Good spread here, defensive positioning in Alpha as usual. It's been a long time since we've seen anyone play this map, to be honest. It is an old favourite, but I think everyone was sick of playing it because it was one of the only ones available early doors. But yes, good defensive line here, nice push out by Lathans there, and here we see Lathans in a similar position. He's got quite a nice defensive position here. A couple of units smattered around for Meddi, but he's obviously not planning to do any kind of push here. The interesting thing will be what happens at this side. Meddi pushing infantry into here to push up this side, rather than try to hold this side at the moment. Important positioning here from Meddi with the Jaeger Aufkul. Keeping control of this area is important, and controlling it later game to stop reinforcements coming down this road, as we know, also very important. Equally, Lathans will want to control this area so that he has access to this supply road. Often we see in these games on this map, Juliet and Charlie are weak points. They tend to be attacked by units getting around the back eventually. It's rare a game goes by that someone doesn't try and attack one of those points, so it's always a good idea to have a little bit of a defensive force there to avoid, well, try and avoid your CV being destroyed. Command coming in from Meddi here. Command... No commands at the moment for Lathans, actually. I was almost certain he would have had one in as well. Is it just the one for Meddi? I believe so. Meddi coming in with some Fuchs Milans. And I see a couple of M48 tanks up there. There's an Abrams coming in for Lathans now. The fighting is starting down here. Excuse me while I zoom in slightly. These are Pioneer Flams. Very good choices, along with some Panzer Grenadiers. Military police running away from the Pioneer Flams. Pioneer Flams obviously will be weak to the Bradleys, but Panzer Grenadiers will make short work of the Bradleys. Military police equally would make short work of the Panzer Grenadiers, potentially, if they could overwhelm them. HE bomber coming in here, dropping there. Lovely strike, lovely strike. Obviously, he did lose one of the Bradleys there very quickly to the Panzer Grenadiers, as expected, but lovely strike. Took out both squads of the Flams and almost one squad of the Grenadiers. The Grenadier squad is very much alive and kicking. Very little smattering of units at the bottom for Meddi, to be honest. He does sending some Jaeger Aufkul around the back there. Command coming in now for Lathans at the top, and an infantry command coming in down here. Infantry command likely for Foxtrot. Could also be for Juliet, of course. Currently +2 to Meddi, as he has brought in that one command. Lathans now contesting this building. Obviously, as I say, important for both players to control this area for who controls this reinforcement point. Mortars being called in there now for Lathans. Lux being brought in to try and deal with this, but 2 Bradleys there will deal with the Luxes that are brought in very efficiently. Jaeger Aufkel are being retreated. Fighting Dragon also badly damaged there. At the moment, it does appear Lathans is mainly in control of Delta, though this Panzer Grenadier squad are running around the back there. Good use of mortars to force Lathans back as well by Meddi. M150 Recon just getting some shots off on the Jaeger Aufkel there, doing a little bit of damage. I see another mortar coming in here. We'll probably be heading towards the centre. Smattering of air defence across the map. Do see a Roland being brought in now as well. Mostly otherwise it's these cannons. On the other side, mostly seeing Stingers down. In fact, I think it's all Stingers for air defence at the moment. Obviously, Lathans will have the option of the F-15C, playing as the 3rd Armoured. So he does have some decent anti-air. Interesting. Lathans has moved the engineers there, so they were going to Juliet. Unfortunately, he hasn't got them out yet, but of course everything is neutralised at the moment. Though Meddi with a nice head start at 220 points. 2 Alpha Jet rockets coming in. We'll be going to attempt to clear up some of this push here. Very effective. Did quite a bit of damage. He has lost one of those. Don't underestimate those Stingers. They're very good. Just take a long time to reload and fire again. That Alpha Jet rocket still has some rockets left, so it could engage again. Very nice push going on here from Lathans, though. He's completely clearing up this area. There's just an M48 there now, and the anti-air cannon. It won't survive very long against these Bradleys. There's the rocket attack jet coming in again. It might turn. Oh, no, there they go. Oh, both missed. Unlucky on the Stingers there. Leopard 1A1A1's coming in, an old favourite. Not something we see brought out as much these days, as there is a focus shift in what people tend to play with. But it is always nice to see them come out. They did have a period in the game where they were the tank to spam. 2 Apaches coming in. Oh no, sorry, an Apache and a PA. You get Aufkel going around the back for Meddi there as well, and down here. Military police now spread out to stop anything else going past, but obviously the Jaeger Aufkel are around the back. We'll be able to spot anything that comes in. Another PA coming in down here as well with the Hot 2s. Lathans pushing down here as well, while also clearing up this area here. Bradleys and the Abrams being used to clear up these Leopard 1A1A1s. I think he's managed to kill one of them already. Yep, looks like it. Mortars firing at the infantry here, with the infantry being rushed forward but being engaged by the Apache rocket. Means they will be in a bad position. That PA with the Hot 2 obviously now being engaged by the machine gun fire on the Abrams. A little bit too close for comfort. It will take a lot of damage, and it is dead. Was the right type of unit to use against the Abrams, but needed to be kept at range. Cluster bomber coming in now to try and do some damage to what remains in here. But it's... oh, never mind. It went for the Apache instead. Using it for that rather than a bombing run. Taking fire from a Roland there. One hit. Oh, almost got hit by the other Roland. HE bomber coming in there. Again, being used to go for the choppers. Has managed to kill one, I think. Certainly something crashed there. Let's have a look. Yep, that is one dead Apache. Abrams hanging on for dear life here on its own now. Rocket attack jet coming in to hit it from the side. Oh, it's reversing. It's stunned. It did take damage. Lathans doing a major push on the middle as well. And this is one of the things that Lathans does. He will push everywhere at once if he can. He's very efficient at it. Loves to keep the pressure up on his opponent. He's very skilled at that tactic, and it's something you see in a lot of his games. And he's taken the opportunity to be very aggressive with Meddi here. Meddi, equally a very good player. will be wanting to keep the pressure up on Lathans at the same time, being very effective with his mortars, though he is now getting counter-batteried by Lathans mortars. Lathans push here, now dealt with. The tank has been killed. And Meddi in control of this area once more, though it still needs to push down this side. In the centre, obviously, Lathans in better control. Panzer Grenadiers here routed and under heavy fire. Engineers are out there. +2 currently to Lathans. I'm waiting to see another command come in for Meddi, to be honest. Jaeger Aufkul pushing all the way up to this road here. We'll be able to deal with any reinforcements that come in with the Panzerfaust. Could also rush these up to try and get them into Juliet, but I think he'll leave them there. Does look like they've stopped. Leopard 1A1A1s and some Leo 1A5s coming in here. Taking shots from an Apache there. Did quite a lot of damage to it if nothing else has hit it as well. Jepper coming in at the back there. More tanks coming in. Meddi going heavy tanks at the moment. Obviously, yeah, I was going to say there will be a response, and there are 2 M1A1 Abrams coming in from Lathans. Obviously, significantly better than the Leopards that are brought in so far, but obviously the Abrams are outnumbered. Command vehicle coming in here. The Jaeger Aufkul are going to kill that. We'll try and stay zoomed out so we can catch it in the bottom corner of the screen there. Command being called in for Charlie now. And a command called in for the top as well in Alpha by the looks of it. Oh no, that's just the one coming in for Charlie. My apologies. Thought there might be a second one coming in. And there it is, dead. Command is being killed by the Jaeger Aufkul down there. Jaeger Aufkul obviously now giving away their position. Lathans will know where they are. Or at least have a rough idea. As far as point control goes, at the moment, Lathans in better control because he is controlling the centre and is in firm control of this point here. This point not really under threat at the moment from Meddi. Obviously, the Jaeger Aufkul at the back there, a little bit of an annoyance, but not the end of the world. Mark has gone down on the mortars there. Counter battery fire will be coming in against those, I'm sure, now. The Pioneers are dead. Oh. Tampella firing at the road there. I honestly expected those to be heading for the mortars at the back. Lots of tanks building up here and here. I expect Meddi may be going to do a push here, though we'll be facing off against the 2 Abrams that are coming in. Plenty more infantry being called in as well there. Mark has gone down on the mortars at this side as well. I think, actually, Lathans probably killed the other mortar that was in this field, because I don't see it anywhere anymore. A little bit of a push was attempted here by Meddi. He's now retreating slightly. Is that an artillery piece? Yeah, 2 artillery pieces in now. Just laying down some fire back here. Abrams at the front there. Taking shots from the Panzer Grenadiers, though, with the Carl Gustav. Mortars being used there at close range. 2 close range are engaged by the Leopard. They're being moved out the way now. Currently neutralised, but Lathans ahead slightly with 400 points. Alpha Jet coming in again, or veering off. Waiting for targets. He's been evac'd. He's changed his mind. In terms of air defense, it's still just the Stingers dotted around. Lots of tanks here. More tanks being called in. Obviously, Meddi thinking about doing a tank push eventually. See, a few of the tanks here, though, have been killed. This one is badly damaged. This one is routed and damaged. Abrams still alive there. I think the other Abrams... Oh, no. The other Abrams is down here. Marker's down back here. Not sure what he was marking, to be honest. Could have been anti-air. Could have been vehicles. Leopard's giving away their positions now. Being engaged by the Dragons. Have smoked. Dragons are stunned. Dragons won't like all that fire coming in. Can that Abrams respond to those guys? They are reversing now. Perhaps having second thoughts. I see a command coming in at the top there for Meddi. Cluster coming in here will be going to engage these forces. Dropped all the way back here. I think he actually caught one of those tanks. I think he did lose that jet, though, to the F4F AAs, but he did kill one of those tanks. That's a pretty good call, hitting all the way back there. I imagined he would have hit the forest, but good shout from Lathans. He got one kill. Unfortunately, lost the jet in the process. But certainly caused Meddi to reverse. Command released up here in Charlie now. Command also in Alpha. Back to +2 for Meddi. Apache Scout and Rocket has been through here and has cleared up the scouts that Meddi had there. It now means that this is open for another command vehicle to be called in for Lathans. Lathans still in significant control of the centre, but obviously having to focus a lot of attention on Meddi's push up here. Not a lot coming in down here for Meddi. The odd unit, I don't think that poses too much threat. AA jets coming in here. Only one Stinger protecting this area, so not a lot of anti-air. Pretty effective, though, but he is going to lose those choppers, most likely. Rocket is still alive, barely. Lux is engaging it. Yep, and it's dead to the Lux. Ah, command zone capped in the centre. +1 currently to Lathans. Obviously, once he gets a command in here, it'll be +3. Artillery coming down over here, I assume trying to catch these pioneers, though they have already moved out of that area. Rocket attack jet coming in for Meddi again. Proving quite useful, the rocket attack jets, in various games of late. Certainly an improvement from when they first came into the game and were firing just a couple of rockets at a time and not doing a huge amount of damage. Now they can come in and do a significant amount of damage to most units. The Gatling gun on the front also really helps and does a lot of damage. F-15C Eagle in, and that jet is dead. I think that's the first time the Eagle has been out this game, so Lathans has invested some points. Little bit of a push coming here from Meddi with a couple of Pioneer squads. It's not a lot to push with. Obviously, he's attempting to force Lathans to spend more points on defending this area. He already has some engineers coming in here, and there is a HE bomber coming in to assist. One squad dead. This squad should... I was going to say should be killed by the engineers here, but the other engineer's dragon coming in will possibly be needed, as he is getting pretty close. Those poor Stingers are going to get wiped because the Pioneers are going to start throwing satchels. And there they are, routed. You may want to call in some more air defense here. Cluster bomber coming in. Oh, lovely strike. Didn't damage his own Stingers in the building, but absolutely minced the Pioneers. Very nice, Lathans. Very nice indeed. Artillery being used to take out the anti-air there. It is stunned. Interestingly, although it is stunned, it does appear to be moving still, which is quite impressive. Yeah, that was definitely... I think that one was stunned. Maybe it was just the gun that was stunned. I'm not sure. Jet taken out there. Where is this? Oh, that's one of Meddi's jets. I was going to say, I was so confused. I had a moment of confusion. +3 currently to Lathans. Lots of modifier going down here. Lathans doing another push on this point, trying to clear up some of Meddi's gear again. Lathans keeping up that pressure to stop Meddi being able to refocus his attention on the center and take Delta, forcing Meddi to engage up here and bring in more reinforcements. I do see that there is a Leopard 2A3 coming in now. Cluster Bomber coming in there. We'll be going against these tanks, I assume. There it goes. Oh, it dropped slightly behind. These guys badly damaged. They're not going to do much against these infantry, although infantry aren't in the best position either. Oh, another jet just went down. Not sure whose it was. Possibly Lathans, as it was coming back around from doing the strike there, I imagine. Lathans has fended off the attack here. I mean, it was a small attack, let's be honest. There is a command sat here waiting to go into this point from Meddi. Obviously, the ideal situation is he gets into Delta, but that is going to prove difficult for him because he doesn't have a build-up of forces there. Lathans still being very aggressive at the top here, has managed to destroy a lot of Meddi's forces and possibly going to be in a position to move into Alpha. Good use of the Panzer Morsers, though, to slow down that advance. And the two Leo 2A3s there. One is badly damaged, though. Stinger there got bombed by a cluster bomber, I think. So, though stunned, unharmed. More anti-air now being called in here for Lathans as well, as there is an uptick in the amount of aircraft that Meddi is bringing in, I think. Let's see what looks like to be a little bit of smoke there, but it must have been cancelled. It was a marker. Supply coming in to repair and rearm here. More infantry and a command being brought in here. It could be that that command is going to go towards the center. It could be that Meddi will attempt to push Delta now. Jaeger Aufkel in round the back here. That's very interesting. The CV is at the front, though. He's obviously looking for it around the back. They're going to get spotted sooner or later. They have started firing on the Pivads. Pivads will engage. This scout vehicle will engage. Scouts are out. Lots of engagement going on there. Obviously, Pivads at risk from the Jaeger Aufkel and their Panzerfaust. These guys stunned. There is a lot of men in that squad. As ever, the Jaeger Aufkel, a ridiculously big recon squad. Tornado RDS cluster coming in. What's this going for this time? Possibly going to hit the front lines here. Wait, is it flying all the way back to hit that Pivads? Where is it going? I think it was going to... Oh, wow. He was going to bomb the... And he did. As it died, it dropped its payload and killed the artillery piece. That is an expensive way to kill an artillery piece, I must say. +3 still to Lathans. I mean, that was hit by everything as it came in, including the F-15. Two F4F AAs sat at the back there now, evacing. +3 still to Lathans. A significant advantage in points right now. Some Jaeger Aufkel being pushed in here, maybe just for scouting purposes more than anything else. Currently on holding fire other than the Panzerfaust. Just trying to see what's in there. Mortars being dropped on this area, which is actually empty at the moment, but obviously Meddi doesn't know that. Command is being brought into this corner. Obviously when he brings that in, Lathans will know exactly where it is, because there's only one place it can be in that point. Time remaining in this game, 15 minutes. We are well over the halfway mark. As it stands, Lathans will win on a points victory while still viciously fighting. Look at this. This area now empty of Lathans units. More about to come into it, though. Panzer Grenadiers there being engaged by everything, including the mortars, which are using their machine guns. That was very, very quick at killing them. All those machine guns and the pivads. Mortar fire coming in on here now. Though plenty of reinforcements have now arrived in the form of infantry for Lathans. He is back in control there. He is in control of this area here, making good use of these dragons to try and do damage to these tanks. They are repaired now, though. One of them was badly damaged, if you remember. Command just sat outside this point. Some more pioneers coming in there. An artillery piece being brought in down here. Cluster bomber coming in for Lathans. Just the 2 Rockeye bombs. Another attempt to strike this, perhaps? No. Veered off, I believe. Taking a lot of fire from the Jeopard there and the other gun. Pilot injured. Evacing. F4Fs also came in response. I don't know if they're on auto or if that's Meddi bringing them in. Seed coming in. Obviously wants to deal with that Jeopard. Weapon is currently still on. Veering off in that direction. Obviously there are also some Rolands down there, which also are radar. Has fired at the Jeopard there. Didn't get the kill. Marker gone down on the Jeopard up there. Marker gone down from Meddi on the infantry here. Here's a little bit of a push here. That command is working its way in. It's in a little truck. I mean, obviously, that's just going to get bombarded by artillery. That could also be why Meddi went out of his way to kill that artillery piece, to be fair, so there was less to fire in this area. Yeah, get Avkul at the top here. There is still this command sat here for Meddi, but that is neutralized now. Lathans still significantly ahead in points. Here already come the mortars on that area. Units also moving up from Lathans. He won't let that stand. He will try to kill that command. Counter fire from this artillery piece here against the units at the front there. Pioneer Flams will make short work of the fire team dragons and stuff, and well, a huge shell will also make a huge difference. HE bomber came in there, but has veered off. I don't think it actually dropped its bombs. Command has been moved out of the point back to +3 for Lathans. Lathans in a more secure position here, perhaps because Meddi is bringing less in. He is calling in some more Panzer Grenadiers, though, at the moment. Push coming in down here for Meddi. He's built up a few forces. HE bomber brought in there to attack. I think it dropped on these. HE bomber is dead, though. Lots of military police coming in. Nice, cheap, and reasonably effective. Some tanks being called in now, but honestly, here's the F-15Cs coming in, going for an attack run, a strafing run on the command there. These guys are going to fly over more air defenses. They're risking a lot to try and kill that command. I think they've escaped without taking too much damage, though, to be honest. Artillery firing on this front line here. Military police reinforcements have arrived. Command will just peek into this corner here, I think, but again, it's going to die very quickly. It feels very much like we're in a position now where Meddi is going for last-ditch attempts to cap points and try and stave off Lathans' win, which is probably all he can do right now. He's played a hell of a game, but Lathans has just managed to hold out and keep the pressure on for long enough. It's all about the control of Delta sometimes on this map, and then the ability to control both sides, and Lathans has managed to do that. Usually what happens is someone focuses a lot on the center, and then their opponent takes one of the two sides completely, and it's a bit of a different game, but in this one, Lathans has managed to hold firm. He brought in just enough to hold this at the start, and then has reinforced it sensibly throughout the game. focusing the majority of his forces up here to stave off Meddi pushing this area, and equally Meddi has been bringing in a lot of forces to try and stop Lathans pushing into Alpha. All the while, Lathans just sat in control of Delta from pretty early on in the game, to be honest. Leopard command tank being brought in now, obviously again will be used to try and hold a point for as long as possible, but Lathans pushing out of this point now in Delta, being a little bit more aggressive, pushing back the forces from Meddi. Meddi trying to push down here to get in this side of Delta perhaps and do some damage from the side, but being engaged by Lathans infantry there. Leopard 2A3 coming in here to assist, but obviously there is a push going on here, including a HA Abrams, which will, I'm sure, engage that from the side. Oh no, it's turned, so it is actually fighting against front armor. There's another Leopard coming in as well. HA needs to be careful. HA taking damage to its front armor now from 2 Leo 2A3s. Leo 2A3 just managing to dodge getting killed by missiles at the moment. Mortars coming down in it to stun it. Cluster coming in there. Oh, how was that not a kill? The spread of the pattern of the, you know, the actual effects made it look like it should have hit that tank. Lots of air battles going on now at this stage of the game. And those two tanks have arrived, but will struggle, I think, to push in here. Military police aren't going to stop them, but these dragons certainly will. Also Bradley coming in. A little bit of defense around that one there. Another infantry command coming in here. That Leo command tank just sat there, but the game is just about over. This will be a win for Lathans in the first game. Very well played to both players, though. It's always fun when you get these two in a game because there are just constant battles. No one ever lets up. A little bit of dogfighting to finish the game off there. Leopard command tank has pushed into the corner along with another command vehicle coming in the back there. Obviously wanting to secure that hold. Still +1 to Lathans. This will drag it out, but only for a minute or two more. Lathans still pushing up here, of course. Still pushing down here as well from the center point. Coming in at the side. Obviously we'll be intending to kill that command tank. Another jet downed. And there's the game. Time limit reached? 33. There wasn't time limit reached. I think that was points limit. But GG guys, well played. Obviously significant difference in kills to losses there to Lathans. He was just holding out with his forces for so long in that game and just managed to hold off Meddi's advances. Kills to losses, there's going to be a lot of interesting ones here. The Phantom did a good job. Engineers Dragon doing a good job. Abrams obviously. Mech Rifles doing okay. Abrams again. Apache did a really good job. Got a lot of kills. Just a Rocket Apache as well. On the other side, that rocket attack jet did okay. The Leopard did okay. Another Leopard. The Milan. You know what didn't do very much is the Leo 2A3s. Didn't really get many kills in all of that. There were at least 2 of them in the map. But yeah, nothing too exciting, I'm afraid, on that side. But obviously, Lathans was putting up a hell of a defensive line across the entire map that game. Can't wait to see the second one tomorrow, guys. GG. Thanks very much for watching. As I say, this week is the Steam Next Fest. Stay tuned to the channel. I will be trying to put up some videos of trying out some of the demos and things. I'm sure there's going to be some fun ones. I do encourage everyone to go check stuff out. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.